Hey guys, welcome back to eVivid Artistry. My name is Emily Ardith, and today I was inspired by a couple photos on Pinterest and I wanted to do a watercolor theme look today. So I'm going to be combining some of the pictures that I saw on Pinterest and kind of making it my own. And I'm really excited to show you guys how beautiful this look is going to be. So if you guys want to learn how to get this look, please go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm going to be using that Smashbox Photo Finish Primer all over my skin. And I'm just going to go ahead and do my eyebrows and prep my eyelids for the eyeshadow off camera. So I'm now going to be jumping into the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place and taking this greenish bluish shade on a fluffy brush, and I'm placing that in my inner crease, focusing it mostly on the inner corner and then bringing it a little over halfway toward my outer corner. I'm now going to be taking this Morphe Jaclyn Hill collab eyeshadow brush that's nice and dense and has a nice tapered tip to it, and I'm taking that same shade and placing it directly into my crease, building up that color. And then I just switch between those two brushes, buffing it and building up the color until I'm satisfied. Now I'm going to be jumping into the Urban Decay Electric palette and taking the color Gonzo and placing that on the outer part of my crease and blending it up toward the eyebrow with a fluffy brush. And then I kind of switch between the two brushes again with that same shade, building up the intensity, but also blending it as well, just so it's not harsh. I'm now going to be taking this blue shade called Outreamer from NARS and taking that Jaclyn Hill Morphe collab brush again. I am putting that directly into the crease over the Gonzo shade, but not so much to where it covers Gonzo completely. Gonzo is still peeking out a little bit. Once I'm happy with the look, I went ahead and I jumped into the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette and took the shade Amethyst and placed that on the outer corner. To be honest, it wasn't as intense as I thought it was going to be. It was a nice starter purple shade, but I needed a little bit more. So I went ahead and I jumped into the Urban Decay Electric palette and used the color Jilted over top. And it did deepen it up a little bit once I used my finger. But again, it wasn't as deep as I really wanted it to be, so I went ahead and I jumped into the Makeup Forever shade. I don't remember what this one is called, but it's a single shade and it's a matte purple. I honestly love this purple, and when I put it over top the Jilted and Amethyst shade, it gave it such a nice hue that I absolutely fell in love with it. It took a little bit to get the purple to where I wanted it, but once it was there, I was all for it. So I'm just going ahead and adding a little bit more of that Outreamer shade and then blending it in with the purple just to intensify all of the colors and make sure they're all nice and blended. So once all of your crease shades are laid down and you're happy with the color, go ahead and take any concealer. I decided to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Light, and I used a eyeliner brush and I just went ahead and I mapped out my crease. Then I placed a little bit on a flat brush and I'm just dragging it down and then angling in the outer corner just to give my eyes that much more of a cat eye. So now I'm going back into that Urban Decay Electric palette and I'm taking the color Thrash and placing that on the inner corner, setting that concealer. And then I went ahead and jumped into the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place again and taking that green shade in the center and placing that on the outer part of my lid to set the rest of the concealer, and then blended it with that purple shade. I then went into the Jouer Ultra Foil palette and took the shade Glimmer, which is a very pretty green, and I love the iridescence in it, so I went ahead and I put it on top of that Zulu green in the center of my eye, and I loved it so much that I went ahead and I placed a little bit on the inner corner as well. So I'm now going back and forth between the green and the purple just to blend those two together so it's not so harsh. I'm going to be using that Morphe liquid liner in the color Ink, and I'm just going to be lining my lash line with this. I'm not going to be doing a wing liner today. I really wanted those eyeshadows to pop, and I didn't want a wing to take away from that. I wanted it to look more smoky and not as structured. So now that the eyelids are completely done, I'm just going to do my foundation and powder off camera. So now I'm just going to be jumping in to the Butter Bronzer. I'm just going to be placing that on my cheeks, forehead, nose, and jawline, and a little bit under my lip. I'm now going to be jumping into the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze in the color Tan and placing that on top of the first bronzer just to kind of warm it up a little bit. And I noticed that the bronzer was drooping down a little bit low, so I went ahead and took my foundation brush with a little bit of foundation powder and cleaned that up a little bit. Now I'm using my Milani Baked Blush in the color Luminoso and placing that on my cheeks. I'm now jumping into my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter Duo in Mean Money and Hustla Baby, and I'm just going to be using the Hustla Baby shade and placing that on the highest points of my face. If you haven't used this before, I would highly, highly recommend it. I forgot how beautiful this was, and I just kind of pulled it out and decided to use it, and I'm so happy I did. It looks so gorgeous. Now, of course, I'm going to be topping everything off with the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Ice Cold. I'm also going to be placing that on the inner corner and on my brow bone. Now you're going to do everything that you did in that crease and outer corner on your lower lash line. So I went ahead and I just took that color Jilted and placed that on my outer corner with that Makeup Forever matte purple on top. Then I placed that Gonzo shade in the center and topped it off with Outreamer. And then I placed that greenish bluish shade from the Juvia's Place palette on the inner corner. And I went ahead and I blended the edges all together. And then I'm just taking an eyeshadow that matches my skin tone and I'm just kind of cleaning it up where I thought it was kind of drooping a little too low for me. Now I'm going to be jumping into the Kat Von D Alchemist Holographic palette. And I'm taking this green emerald shade and I'm placing that on the inner corner. And I'm now just going to be taking this Kat Von D lip liner and I'm placing that on my waterline as a nude liner. I love using these as liners. And I'm just going to go ahead and do my lashes and lips off camera. And this is the final look. I hope you guys absolutely love this look. I am super duper obsessed with it. I love how it gives the effect of watercolor, but still nice and structured with that cut crease. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I had so much fun recreating this look for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Please leave a like, comment down below on looks you want to see me do, and subscribe to my channel. It all helps me out so much, you guys. I thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye!